So next, let's outline. I want you guys to grab a piece of paper and outline a circle. Then you're going to change that plain circle into something beautiful. So with the colors that you guys have in mind or the dyes that you have, maybe grab a colored pencil or a crayon and you're going to start by creating your fraction. Then you're going to color in the specific sectors to the colors that you would like. So you're going to think about this fraction as an outline for what you're actually going to be doing. So you guys just take some time, think, and be creative. This is your time to actually practice and do a fraction that you can actually make onto your tie-dye. Next, we're going to be going over the methods. So now we're going to be outlining again. Take your piece of paper and your rubber bands. Write down the number of bands that you actually have. Then use your paper to track how many sections you will be doing. So it's really important because the number of rubber bands that you have stimulates the amount of line sectors that you can use. So on to our methods. Our first method is the bullseye method, which focuses on circles, and you create the colors by creating different fractions in the circle. So as you guys can see in the photo, that's what your end product will look like. So some important keywords to keep in mind are circle, lines, fraction, and separation. So this is a photo that I found online. This is how you will create this method. So you just start by grabbing whatever you're using, whether it's a shirt, a towel, whatever you guys choose to use. You're going to start in the middle and you're going to be pinching the fabric and twisting it. It's really important to go one way during it, and you guys can even practice the hand motion with me right now. So once you twist and twist and twist, you should have an end result of a circle. Once you guys have your circle, as you guys can see in the third photo, you're going to start by adding your line sectors, which are also your rubber bands or hair ties. So this will give you guys the bullseye method. So I have linked for you guys just some photos and a video of someone actually doing the bullseye method for you guys to visually see if you're a visual learner. So to create this method, like I said before, you're going to start by twisting your shirt into a circle. Now this is where the math comes in. You're going to be using your rubber bands to section your shirt. You're going to want to count out the sections and write them down on a piece of paper. And now I want you guys to write out the fraction in as many forms as you can think of. our second method. This is method number 2. This is called the line method. The line method focuses on different lines with bands in order to make different colors at the end of the shirt. So you guys are still going to be using fractions, and instead of a circle, think about them as a line. So some important words to keep in mind are the words line, form, horizontal, or vertical. So when you hold the shirt long ways, the shirt will be horizontal, just like a horizon and a sunset. When you hold the shirt up and down, that's holding a shirt vertical. So the line method. For this method, you're going to be adding your rubber bands as needed to create this tie-dye effect. Depending the number of sections you use, the more colorful it will be. So on the side, I just have a photo of the line method completely done and dried. And this is how you do it. You just scrunch the shirt and you add different rubber bands depending how many sections you want to have. Personally, I think that this is such a beautiful way to tie-dye. I love the lines, and I love how you can either use them horizontally or vertically, depending your preference. So our third method is called the kaleidoscope tie-dye technique. So this is an abstract method that will help you to create your own personal spin and individual method form of tie-dyeing. So some important words to keep in mind are the words form, shape, and sections. So to create this effect, you're just going to take whatever you're using. In this case, this person used a shirt, and you're just going to be grabbing different sections of your whole shirt and adding rubber bands. So this is a technique that's more abstract because you get to choose the exact way it's going to come out. So back to our artist, Philip Brown, who we talked about before. I have in the blue link, you guys can click and see more of his different artworks. So if you guys want some inspiration, or if you want to have some ideas of what colors to use and where to use them, you can reference his original ideas and you guys can get some inspiration there. You guys can also Google tie-dye and see the different colors and forms that people are using. But either way, no matter what method you're using, you're still using fractions. So apply. So I want you guys just to click this link whenever you have time, whether you want to do it right now or maybe while your tie-dye is drying. And this is just a really informative Khan Academy link that will teach you some fractions, and you guys can actually see the math being done while in this lesson. So this is just a food coloring recipe that I found online, and something you guys can focus on if you do choose to do this is the scientific reaction, and I actually have the science standard for PA linked for you guys. So this is how to tie-dye a shirt with food coloring. So this is what if you want to make your food coloring recipe at home instead of going out and buying it, or in case you don't want to use bleach. Some supplies you're going to need either way is a newspaper or activity mat, a large plastic bowl, a white cotton t-shirt in this case, or you guys can use whatever you want to use, some white vinegar, some salt, some food coloring of your choice, some elastic bands, or like I said before, some hair ties, some water, a squirt bottle if you guys want to use this method, a reusable plastic bag, and rubber gloves.